So I'm going to try to keep this one pretty short. There's a little bit of back stuff that needs to be discussed first, just for coherent, clear understanding of exactly what I'm talking about and why we're even talking about doing this at all. But there is a little bit of tech that, it's not good tech, don't get me wrong, and this is not anywhere near as good as we used to have it with hammer throw. But it's the closest thing that I can find for replacement for how that playstyle used to work, and keeping yourself in neutral. So if you played a lot of Thor, then you know that the old Thor rhythm was 1, 2, 3, make a decision. 1, 2, 3, make a decision. 1, 2, 3, make a decision. So Thor kind of worked like a brawl decision tree on a 1.8 second cooldown, because that's when your global cooldown would be up for your next ability, and it was every 3 swings, so 0.6, 0.6, 0.6. When I say neutral, neutral is a term that's used across different video game genres, but where I mostly am taking the concept of neutral from is fighting games. And neutral in fighting games is basically the stage of a fight where you haven't really decided on committing to anything. You have a hard commit to like trying to block or trying to start a combo or anything like that. You haven't really figured out the best way to engage yet. So this right here, 1, 2, 3, and then hammer throw, it wasn't a real engage, not really, because you're still staying in the same place, you're on the same line, you're not pushing anybody around, you're not displacing anyone, you are in the same place, right? So when I say neutral, what I mean is you are in the same place, but keeping up your sustain. So when I say neutral sustain, I'm talking about the 100 HP that used to give you and doesn't anymore. So now you don't have a neutral sustain because your sustain is tied to this. That's the only time you get bonus HP is doing this or doing your Awakening Rune, neither of which are considered neutrals because you're committing to Awakening Rune, so that is your game plan. That's when you've started to commit to something, is when you go into like an Awakening Rune. You've hard committed your 3 Thor Force and the next 5 seconds of your time. So that's not neutral. And this is not neutral because you are moving, right? So you are going up, you're going to the side, you're pushing somebody or whatever. So, what I found to replace the old hammer throw neutral, so like in that decision tree, if I wanted to say 1, 2, 3, I think I should hammer throw, 1, 2, 3, I think I should hammer throw. You can't do that anymore. It doesn't give you bonus HP. It's on a 6-second cooldown instead of the global cooldown. And you should really be saving it for your Thor Force regeneration for Rune, I guess, at this point anyway, otherwise it's a waste, right? Unless you are really going to kill something with that 90 burst that used to be 115 every 2 seconds instead of every 6. But anyway, neither here nor there. We have to live in the present. Now, what I've been playing with for the last couple of days is the idea that we can turn one of our non-neutrals into a neutral for the times that we want it to be neutral. Obviously, it's not going to be Awakening Rune because we're not able to cancel it. So it has to be Surge. Now, how do you turn this into a neutral? It's got a pretty long recovery time. You are moving yourself or you are moving someone else. Well, there's a way to do this that makes it neutral. So in that decision tree, if previously you would have done hammer throw, and now you're just going to do this. 1, 2, 3, and a straight down dive into the floor. 1, 2, 3, down. 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 There's a few reasons that this works as a neutral, okay? If you were in a brawl phase with somebody, 1, 2, 3, down, your next hammer swing gives you the Thor Force back anyway, so you're still at 3 the whole time. 1, 2, 3. If they die, then you're going to have to go hit something else with it to get it back. But if they don't, if they're still alive, 1, 2, 3, your next swing will give you that Thor Force back anyway, so then you can drop into Rune if that's what you wanted to do, whatever. That's when you can decide to commit. But doing a doing a floor dash is considered a neutral. It's as close to a neutral as you're going to get. The other benefit of it, aside from it not moving you anywhere, or not pushing somebody into their own team, or pushing you out of line of sight of your own healers or whatever, is that it also changes the location of your head hitbox in a way that hammer throw didn't, and in a way that even current horizontal surges don't. So if you're doing this to somebody, like into a front line, if there's a Hela back here aiming at your head the whole time, she's still going to hit you all the way through this because your head's in the same spot. It's in the same horizontal plane that whole time. If you do this, your head box dives straight down into the ground. So it's actually a little bit harder to headshot you than it was before. So there's a little bit of passive sustain with it, because you're almost certainly not going to be taking any crits while your head is in the ground like that. Nobody's going to track your dive, keep pinging you, and then keep pinging you as you go back up, right? So just that change of your hurt box and then where your head box is, it does matter. It adds up over time. So even aside from keeping that consistent 150 bonus HP for 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. As long as you're doing that on global cooldown, you'll keep up that 150 the whole time. That's your neutral now. So in that decision tree, anytime you would have done a hammer throw, just do a floor dash. If you're familiar with Black Panther, you've probably seen like Karkat's floor dash. It's sort of the same idea in that you don't necessarily always want to go like the full horizontal. And for Thor specifically, going straight down is actually better, because as far as I can tell, and I've tested this a few different times and tried to clock it, and the times that I've clocked it, I can't tell if it's just because it's where it falls in the swing of the, or in the like the rotation of the swings or what, but his recovery from going straight down back into swinging the hammer is much shorter than doing this and then going back into the hammer rotation, especially if you're holding down your left click while you do it. Because if you catch it in the middle of the swing animation, it seems like it almost buffers it. I don't think it's a true buffer though. I think it only works if it's like, it's hard to explain, but hold on, I'll try to show you. It's like it doesn't interrupt the flow of the swings. Sometimes, for some reason that I can't really do consistently, he actually will do it like instantly on the way back up. But normally it's not going to interrupt the rotation of your swings that much, whereas 1, 2, 3 kind of does. There's a longer period for that dash than that recovery, where he's right back up and swinging again. So there is some benefit to it from that too. It's not really an animation cancel. It's not really a buffer. It's hard to explain exactly what it is. It's just that you reach the end frame of the animation faster. Whereas this, there's a much longer animation that has to complete that you can't cancel with swinging until it gets to a specific frame. It just gets to that frame much faster when you do that. So it is faster to do a floor dash too. Now I've covered why you don't necessarily want to always push back into their team or push away from your line of sight. You do have the option of doing like a vertical push too. The thing about a vertical push is that they're good sometimes. They are useful sometimes. I even mentioned in one of my old tech videos that people should really be taking advantage of vertical surges more. The thing about a vertical surge though is if you've got a healer that's just straight up like mindlessly heal botting you right here, and they're pumping their fucking heals into you, and you suddenly go up, you're probably not going to get healed for that, especially if it's like a Loki or something where they're just like hitting the ground underneath you instead of hitting you proper. Or like a rocket, or there's a bunch of different healers that work like that, and they probably won't even start healing you again until you drop all the way back down. Whereas if you just go like this, you're going to keep getting heals the whole time. I have seen some people, and I'm just going to touch on this really briefly, and then I don't ever want to hear it from anybody again. Some people were trying to say that the change is better because it not being on global cooldown means that you can do 150 damage by doing a full 2-second charge this, hammer, and then that cancel, because that cancel does 90 plus 60 from the full charge, so it's 150. And I'm going to tell you guys something. I need you to really listen to me when you say stupid shit like this. This used to be 160, okay? That used to be 160. So don't tell me about how your 2-second surge into the hammer throw cancel that you already used to be able to do being 150 is a great change. You don't know what you're talking about. And you don't know what you're talking about because you didn't used to use it, okay? So just stop. Stop trying to make it sound like this is good. Even this shit, this clunky-ass garbage way of saying in neutral, this is not good tech. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that like this is groundbreaking stuff or like this is game-breaking or like going to change anybody's... Like, you'll survive a little bit more doing it than you would if you weren't doing it. That's it. especially because it's changing the placement of your hitbox and your headbox. And Human Torch players kind of figured that out too with what they used to do with their melees in midair, where it would like crumple their character's model in a way that made them harder to hit in the head too. This will passively help, and then keeping up that 75 will actively help your survivability. Is it as good as having 100 each and being able to do the hammer throw before? No, it's not. Is it as good as having a 200 cap instead of 150 cap? No, it's not. Is it as good as having this on a cancel doing 115 and give you fucking 100 HP? No, it's not. So we can stop pretending that it's a good change or that it's a buff or anything like that. It's not. I'm tired of hearing it. Nobody's saying that the character is like completely broken to the extent that you'll never win a game with it. You can still win games. Nobody's ever said you can't. I am tired of people saying that it's a 30% damage buff. It's not. You can go look at season over season damage per minute stats. They're like, the difference is like 35 per minute. So if you want to divide that by 60 and tell me how much a DPS change it is, have fun. It's not that much. So again, just stop saying stupid shit, please. Just please stop saying stupid shit in my comments. And it's not everybody. Most of you guys have been really cool. If I'm not talking about you, then I'm not talking about you. So you don't need to get offended by it, right? Other than that, I don't have a lot to say about the character right now. He's nowhere near as fun as he used to be. Taking away one of the decisions from the decision tree sucks. Taking away so much of his survivability sucks. Having to listen to people act like it's good and then describe something that you could always do on the character before as the reason that it's good, that sucks. There's just nothing good about it right now. And like I said in the last video, I'm probably just not going to play that much this season. I've done a little bit of comp, but nothing serious. I am at 100% win rate in comp right now, but it's only because I haven't played that many games. But yeah, it's not because the character's good or anything, so don't get me wrong. He is considerably worse in every way. Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say about it. You guys can try this, see if it works for you. If you were a big hammer throw user before and you're in your neutral sustain, just try mixing this in and see if you're living more doing that than you were before. It's definitely a lot safer than doing this every time. So that's not to say don't do that too. Like if there's situations where it makes sense to push them to the side or back or whatever, then still do that. This shouldn't be this is not your automatic every time thing. This is only to replace when you would have normally done hammer throw before. If it would make more sense to push somebody, still push them. That doesn't change. So it's the same decision tree. You're just replacing hammer throw with floor dash down. Every time you would have done a surge to the side, up, down, whatever before, keep doing that. That's it. Hope this helps in some way. I know it's not like the greatest thing on earth, but it's something. Y'all take care. Have a good one. Bye.
Extermination!